Hello guys and welcome. Today we are going to make and code a servo knob on an Arduino Uno. So, have much fun with the video. These are the materials you are going to need. Let's get into the wiring part right now. So you're going to want to orient your breadboard with the negative row up. So it should look like this, with the negative row up. And the first thing we're going to do is connect stuff to the servo. You're going to connect a wire from pin 10 on the negative row, or pin 9, the second from the edge, to the orange wire on the servo. You want to go, actually maybe pin 9, pin 9 or pin 8, connect it. And you're going to connect 2 to the right, down 1. In the positive row, you're going to want to connect that to the very middle of the servo. And then for the final row of the servo, you're going to connect from pin 9 on your Arduino Uno, just has a 9 on it, and you connect that to the brown wire of your servo. So your servo is done now. Everything should look like this. So you're going to have your servo like this, and your Arduino and your breadboard. Now we're going to work on connecting the breadboard to the Arduino Uno. So you're going to need the 5-volt pin, and you're going to put it on the 27th or 28th in the positive row. And then you're going to put the G and D into the negative row, up 1, right 1 from the other wire. And then you're going to take a relatively short wire for this one because this isn't a big step. We're going to take pin like 37, maybe 38 on the negative row. It should look like this so far. And you're going to connect it to pin right in front of the 35 marker. So it should be under the 3. You're going to take another wire. You're going to connect it right to down 1 of the wire you just used, and connect it 2 over from that one, the one you just put in. And then the final thing, you're going to get a 0 pin on the Uno. It's going to be located over here. You're going to connect it in between the 2 wires you just did on the A row of the breadboard. I'll show you what this looks like in a second. Then, finally, you're going to grab your potentiometer, your knob, and you're going to slide it in on the row where the 3 wires are, in the D row. Then after that, you're going to take your USB cord that you have. You are going to connect it into the Uno. And you're going to connect it to your computer, and then we're about to start wiring. Hello everyone. So we have entered the coding part of this process. We finished wiring and now we're coding. So you're going to want to go to Arduino IDE. It's right here, but for people who don't have this app, we're going to go to Software Center. So you're going to open up on a page that looks like this once you load in. It should. You're going to scroll down, and you're going to find this app, Arduino IDE. It's a teal square with an infinity symbol on it. I'm going to double tap on that. And mine says uninstall, but if you don't have it, it should say install. And it should take around 15 minutes unless you're plugged in, have good Wi-Fi, stuff like that. It's not a very hard to download app. So press install, and once that's loaded, just pause the video or something. Go to the app. And wait for it to load. Starting up. Okay, so this is the code we are using, but for people who don't have this code automatically loaded on, you're going to go to File, go to Examples. You can scroll all the way down to get to Servo. Servo has 2 options, knob or sweep. We're going to pick knob because that's what we're doing. And now, here's what will display a code that looks like this. So, once you get to this code, you need to plug your Arduino in using USB cord. I just got plugged in. And you're going to go to Tools, Port. And I know it looks dumb, but you literally have to press this to make it not error. So, once you have made sure it knows what port you're in, you're going to pick the sideways button, not the upload, not the download, because those aren't actually upload and download. And you click the sideways button, because that is what upload is. And you're going to upload it. Mine takes a pretty ample amount of time, so waiting. So once this is done, your code will be ready and you'll be able to turn the knob and work your servo. So I mean, this is pretty much the last step besides the tweaking part, which we'll get to after this. But yeah, it's a pretty cool project, fun to do, not too long. But the long part is to download. I mean, it probably doesn't take this long for you, but mine has taken upwards of 10 minutes here. So it's done. So now yours should work. Like, turn the knob, it should turn the servo. But it's a pretty cool project. Stay tuned for the tweaking. Hey guys, I'm back for tweaking. And so hopefully you watched earlier in this video and learned how to download Arduino IDE. So we're going to get right into that. If you haven't, just go back and rewatch. Try to figure out how to do it. If you want a crash course, go to Software Center, go to it, download it. Done. Okay. We're back on knob code. Just remember examples, servo, knob. Okay. We're back on the code. And we're going to tweak it now. We're not tweaking the wiring. The wiring stays the same, but we're going to tweak what it does. There's a button, a little line of code that has delay. So basically what it does is wait for the servo to get to the position you turned the knob to. So you say you turn the knob to the right a lot. It's going to have 15 milliseconds to get right that much. So you turn it to the left a little bit. It has 15 seconds to get to the left. So what we're going to do is change this input value to something lower or higher. I recommend lower because then it goes way faster and it looks cooler. But I wouldn't recommend doing it to something like 1 because that can break a servo easily. I would say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that. Definitely not 4,567. But you can also make it a higher value, 20. It will take a very long time to get there, especially if you do something like 500. You're just waiting for a while. And that might be fun. I don't know. You would think that would be fun, but if you want to do that, you do that. So either way, lower than 15 or higher than 15. So 4 is normally what I go for when I'm tweaking it. Or like 20. I mean, if you want to wait 20 milliseconds, want to wait 100 milliseconds, you can do that. I mean, just make it. And then once you've done, so I'm going to say 100 because, why not? Do not press enter. Do not press enter like I just did. Keep it at 100. Now remember the weird upload looking button. You're going to press that. Oh, wait, pause. Do you have your port? If you don't have your port, you just messed up. And I'm sorry. My port's already set. So just pick the port you want. And while this is uploading, you're allowed to do it. Change your port however you want when it's compiling. But either way, yes, make sure your port, it knows what port you're on so that it can upload to the Arduino Uno. Even though it should know, because, that should be obvious. Mine takes a very long time to compile. It's done. So, now that yours is tweaked, mine is going to take a very long time to get there. But either way, turn your knob, see how your servo reacts. Should be pretty cool. And thanks for hanging around for the tweak, guys. That's all. Thanks for watching. If you watch the full video, tweaked and everything, you are a certified Sigma. No strings attached, just your Sigma. Thank you for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Keep being Sigma.